shape stands for sovereignty of humans, animals, plants, and the environment. A transition to a balanced existence on planet Earth is imperative if our civilization and ecosystem is to remain intact. Humans, animals, and plant life must be preserved in a benign and balanced manner. This will require some transitions into a higher standard of practices and will call for a new attitude towards life on this planet on a grand scale, recognizing the sacredness of life across humans, animals, and plant life species must be made. When we look at crimes against humanity, we consider how their actions and decisions have had a negative impact on others, the environment, and wildlife. It's easy to identify certain crimes against humanity. But what about the more subtle ways that someone or an organization has a direct or indirect impact? While we may not put perpetrators of soft crimes against humanity in a prison, there certainly needs to be a process of cleaning up the mess. It means that we must establish a standard that we can transition into and follow into the future. It means that those responsible for destructive behaviors should have a transition plan to clean up the damage that has been done. It means that they should be responsible for the damage their technology and pollution have caused our ecosystem and humanity. These reflections are to empower humanity in becoming a nonviolent and kind community. It's not meant to cause a reaction of taking away free will. However, we must consider creative responsibility and personal responsibility in balance. We must move beyond selfish and violent practices in order to continue our development in a positive manner. We need a code of ethics that can be universally accepted. We must consider the following. All life is sacred. We are creators and co-creators. God, source, creator, whichever term you prefer, is beyond politics, dogma, religion, and superstitions. Souls are on a journey to evolve and develop. Personal responsibility is essential for soul development. We have a right to free will, but cannot harm others in the process. Use empowerment as altruistic power. Cooperation is beneficial to humanity. Respecting our environment to ensure planetary survival. Love with unity is our ultimate mission in life. Kindness is our responsibility. All rules and ethics are applicable to everyone equally. Raising our consciousness is essential for the continued survival of the human race. The shift from a negative suppressive leadership model to a community-minded councils are the only option for the world to be balanced back to a positive path. Each person has a soul that matters, and negative predatory behaviors must be abandoned. Loyalty to the human race is imperative and required for any leadership representing humanity. Critical thinking and independent thought must be fostered in our communities, and judging others and controlling them is a path that we must abandon and never condone. Consciousness. What is consciousness? It is an awareness of life, thoughts, sense of self, and the elements of life. It is an awareness of others. It is an awareness of the sacredness of life. It is acknowledging life through thoughts, feelings, emotions, actions, and reactions. Living in a state of consciousness means that there's a balance or a symbiosis to how one fits into existence within an environment. It is necessary to understand how we exist in the physical world as an expression of a much bigger existence. Our physical expression of ourselves is only part of who we are. We must recognize that we are souls that are immortal, and we come from the same Creator. The soul is the part that makes us animated. It's the immortal part of us. Even if we are removed or disconnected from our current bodies, we would then experience reality without them. The point here is that we are not our bodies, and they are not the truest part of us. We are much more in the sense of creation. We are immortal souls living in a flesh reality until we wear out or are separated from the body. There's a very dire need for the human race to progress in our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. Our planet is one of the most beautiful planets with all the riches needed for a thriving existence. It is time to coexist in peace without greed and hate. We only need to realize that we are all on the same team and that our destructive behaviors must come to an end if we are to see generations in the future of this planet thriving. We cannot have practices that are destructive to some and think that it will not eventually affect us all as we are all connected. All life is sacred. All life contains an animation from a soul or spirit. This animation is created by the God, Source, Prime Creator, regardless of how their biological construct is assembled. As such, life has the inherent right to free expression and freedom to live without slavery, abuse, or manipulation. Each person has a right to find the Creator through their own path of discovery, and respect of such is essential. We are co-creators. All life is a spark from the Prime Creator. Life has been endowed with imagination, creativity, and the ability to create thought. According to the maturity and development of the soul and its environment, the soul can influence reality. God, Source, Prime Creator, whichever term you prefer, is beyond politics, dogma, religion, superstitions, and special interests. Humans have created and used politics, dogma, religion, superstitions, and special interests embedded in our physical world for selfish purposes. The Prime Creator has no need of these factors and wishes for us to move beyond these to a place where we have no need for such things. Instead, our souls would be pure in thought and action without misuse of power. Souls are on a journey to evolve and develop towards love. The purpose of souls is to evolve spiritually and eventually become creators and mentors to others and ultimately integrate back to the Creator Source. Love is pure and selfless. It is not tied to a religion or political element, but instead is a simple understanding of respect and kindness for the sacredness of life. Personal responsibility is essential for soul development. When a soul progresses, the soul understands that personal responsibility is the foundation of our personal growth. Personal responsibility moves beyond expecting a savior to take responsibility for our soul and personal growth. Relying on a savior means that man can be manipulated and overpowered. With personal responsibility, each soul is empowered to develop in cooperation, but with freedom. We have the right to free will, but cannot harm others in the process. We all have autonomy of our bodies and spirit. However, when it comes to a third person, we must not harm them. We also have a responsibility to keep others from harm. Each person has a right to decide to participate or abstain from medical treatment, alternatives, or activities as they choose. Each person is free to pursue hopes and dreams that do not harm others. Love with unity is our ultimate mission in life. The Prime Creator is a positive expression of life. This positive expression is based in love. Love is the expression of peace, kindness, and respect with care. It is non-suppressive and non-manipulative. The Prime Creator desires for us to reach a state of unconditional love. All rules and ethics are applicable to everyone equally. Society should be based on an equal level of power and privileges. No one group or individual is exempt from the whole. The society is based on the whole as one. Respecting our environment ensures planetary survival. All life is connected. Harming or suppressing a part of the environment means that it will have a negative impact on the cycle of life on this planet. In order to live in harmony, humans must not be part of destructive behaviors. Instead, the use of benign technology, energy, and resources is essential for human progression and continued peace upon our planet and beyond. Use empowerment as altruistic power. Empowerment is taking responsibility and ensuring that others have the freedom to reach their full potential. Having power over others and ensuring that they follow an agenda, set of control, or are suppressed is the misuse of power. Empowerment works to progress everyone to the same level of power. Kindness is our responsibility. Humans have lived in a culture of judging others and behaving in a manner that divides us from one another. It is time to mature beyond negative discourse and immature banter and understand that only those that you take responsibility for are those you have an interest in judgmental conversation, and it's only to ensure responsibility. Otherwise, judgment is not necessary. If you do not take responsibility for a stranger, then reserve your personal judgments. Everyone has the right to free expression of the soul. Kindness ensures that this philosophy is fostered and that we all can get along with respect and peace. Cooperation is beneficial to humanity. Cooperation shows respect for others and their freedom of expression. It encourages mutual benefit and peace in human, animal, and environmental relations. This cooperation is done with respect, freedom of torture, damage, and suppression, and it ensures a stable communication and balanced environment for everyone.